Hello, Capricorns, and welcome to this, your September 15th through September 30th reading and predictions. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. As you can see from my background, if you are a returning listener and watcher, I have returned to my cousin's man cave in Medicine Hat, Alberta. Thank you to my cousin for sharing this space with me. For those of you who are new here, thank you so much for checking out my channel. I'm going to pull cards for 6 different areas of your life, and then we're going to get on with the reading portion. I did receive a couple of comments last month about how the actual reading portion of the video doesn't start until usually about 6 minutes in. The reason being is that I pull the cards while I am on camera. Why do I do this? Well, as a psychic, astrologer, and tarot card reader, I too enjoy watching this type of video. And I found that the tarot card readers who pull the cards off camera and then come on and immediately begin reading the cards, those particular readings, for whatever reason, do not resonate with me. I like to see the reader pull the cards in front of me. I don't know why, but anyway, that's where we're at. So by all means, if you are comfortable and you don't really want to watch me pull the cards for you, please feel free to scroll ahead in the video. No offense taken here, but I do like to pull the cards while I'm in front of the camera. Okay, Capricorn, let's get going. Ooh, all right. For those of you who are new here, I do pull all the cards. I leave them sitting face down until I'm actually ready to read them. That way, more of the intuitive juices can get flowing. Also, okay, there are flies everywhere here because this is a horse farm. So I'm a little distracted watching the flies fly around. Also, I do not edit my videos, as you can tell, because there's flies flying around. I do not edit my videos. I like to be real for my customers, my clients, and for anybody here on YouTube that likes to watch my channels or BitChute or any of the other platforms where I might post. All right, Capricorn, let's get your cards started here. Got quite a scramble of cards, but so far just 2 have jumped out. Oh, we got 2 more that have decided to come along. Okay. All right, let's put these in the order in which they came out and move on to what you guys are focusing on. What are the Capricorns focusing on for the last half of September 2023? Got 1 card that's jumped. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come out for you guys. Guys, girls. It's just gender neutral at this point. Because there's also a little bit of hate going around on the internet about that as well. Difficult influences. Oh, that's interesting. Never being called towards this deck for difficult influences and challenges, but so you guys know, it's not actually coming from me. It comes through me. All right. And then we are going to, there's a fly on my head. This is going to be so funny to watch later. I am not amused. All right. Messages that you need to hear at this time, Capricorn. What messages do you need to hear? What message is coming through that you need to hear? Ah, yes. All right. That one, that order. Okay. All right. Now let's have a look at what is unexpected. Where are we going for your unexpected? Back over here to the Osho Zen. Unexpected influences and insights for Capricorn last half of September. Okay, about half the deck just jumped out. So we're going to grab all of these cards, put them the right direction. That's quite a lot of cards. I hope that there's not that much unexpected coming into your life, Capricorn, because if there is, you're going to have a really exciting month. And I don't sense that that is it. So let's see what comes out for unexpected. Oh, wow. Okay. So we still have 8 cards here. That one. Okay. We're down to 3. Perfect. That's a little bit easier to resolve. And there is a fly flying around here. It has landed on my head. It's landed on the microphone. Ugh. All of God's creatures, right? All right, final general overall outcome cards, and then we'll get on with the reading portion. Capricorn. These final cards predict the furthest into the future for the purposes of this video, because we're going to be looking at where you're going to be at and what's going to be influencing you come the end of September. So we've got a couple of cards out there as well. Okay. Where you are at now. Oh, interesting. Okay, you've got the 4 of Autumn, also known as the 4 of Pentacles, the 8 of Spring, also known as the 8 of Wands, the Renewal card, which is number 20 in the Major Arcana, and you've got the Prince of Summer. Okay. The 4 of Autumn, also known as the 4 of Pentacles, is a card of trying to balance your budget. It's also a card of be careful what you wish for. Try not to covet what someone else has. Make sure that you don't have more going out than what you have coming in at this time, Capricorn. And this is a card, if you look at the picture on this card closely, and hopefully it will kind of come into a bit of focus here for you. You have a woman who is probably going to be described as upper class, upper echelon of society. And you have over here what could be described as her servant. And if you look at their faces, it almost looks like this one is looking down her nose a little bit at this one, and this one is looking over at what she has longingly. But if you look more closely at this particular face, she too is looking longingly at this one. It's almost like they are coveting what the other one has by way of, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. So this one is looking at her servant as if to say, you have freedom. When you're finished work, you can go off and do what you want. I can't. I have restrictions because of my position in life. And this one's looking over at this one as if to say, oh my goodness, look at your beautiful clothes and all of the glorious things that you have. And I want some of that too. So this is also a card of materialism. So Capricorn, at this time, this is telling me, balance your budget. Is telling me, B, are you coveting something that someone else has because you perhaps don't understand that the grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence? Okay. And are you perhaps looking at the material world and wishing for the material world when in reality what you may have is already beautiful enough, right? Those who have significant amounts of financial abundance are not always the wealthiest and the most abundant, because money can't buy me love. This is all what's coming up just from this one card for you here, Capricorn. Because of this card coming in with this sense of the grass is greener on the other side of the fence and perhaps coveting what someone else wants, which may be outside of your means, you have the 8 of Spring coming in. The 8 of Spring is a card of, oh my goodness, I am trying to juggle too much. I am multitasking. You'll notice the fairy on this particular card. has a whole bunch, sorry, there's bad reflection on the cards, but this fairy has a whole bunch of little balls of light that she is attempting to try and keep up in the air, and it's just too much. So we then move into the renewal card. This is a card of look to the past, release what no longer serves you, and then move ahead into the future. Okay. This is a card of really exploring the lessons that you've been learning over the past few months, Capricorn. Taking the lessons that you've learned, something from, and saying, okay, I'm going to walk forward. Thank you for this lesson. And looking at other things that have come into your life in the last couple of months that you're just going to look at and go, yeah, that doesn't serve my highest good. This is one of the cards that comes up when we're doing a review of our life a little bit in order to determine what serves us and what doesn't serve us. What do we need to take forward with us and what do we need to let go of? How does that work with these other cards? Well, clearly, if you are multitasking, there's some stuff you got to let go of. But as well, look at what you're coveting from other people. And also pay attention to your budget. How does that work into the renewal card? Well, if you spend everything all of the time, what have you got to look forward to? And the final card that you have here is the Prince of Summer, also known as the Knight of Cups. And this is a card of acting swiftly, particularly when it comes to your emotions. This is a card of acting from a place of pure, unadulterated, immature emotion. So these are the cards of where you're at now, what's going on with you right now. It's kind of a lot that's going on. So let's look into what you are focusing on going forward into the rest of September. Oh my goodness. There's only one card that has come out for you, and it is the Four of Rainbows, also known as the Four of Autumn, also known as the Four of Pentacles. This is confirmation, double confirmation, Capricorn, that where you're at right now really is a time that requires your full attention to detail when it comes to your bank balance. When it comes to your money and finances, you really need to make sure that what you are coveting, what you are craving is not, first of all, strictly based solely upon the material world and material gain. And you need to make sure that you are balancing your budget at this time. Okay. The reason that this card is represented by the miser in this particular deck is that you will notice on this card, you have an elderly woman who has very much material gains in her life. She's got this beautiful hat with the feathers coming out of it. She's got this fur stole here. She's got all sorts of jewels. And yet she's miserable. Why is she miserable? Because she went out and she spent all of her money and her wealth on the material world because she was trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, and now she's all alone. So Capricorn, this really is a time for you to explore that, especially with this renewal card here. This is the type of lessons that you need to explore. What is truly important to you? Is it truly important to you that you have all of this beautiful regalia and all of the diamonds and jewels and furs? Or is family more important? What are you putting your priorities on? What's important to you? And that's what you're focusing on here going into the end of September, Capricorn, is really, really getting a clear picture of what's more important to me, going out and having my hair done and my nails done and buying a new piece of clothing or a new pair of shoes or buying a new toy to go out and play with in the winter, new sporting equipment, whatever the case may be. Is that really important to you? Or is it more important for you to spend the money on perhaps spending some time with family and friends? What are your priorities? Where are they right now, Capricorn? All right, going into difficult influences and challenges. And this was the card that I've never pulled a card for difficult influences and challenges from this particular deck. So let's see what it says. Focus on the positive. This is in your difficult influences and challenges, Capricorn. So what this is telling me is that at this time here, mid to late September, you're focusing on the negative. You're focusing on coveting what other people want and what other people have. You're looking at your wants rather than your needs, and you're coveting, right? You've got two cards indicating that you're looking over the fence and hoping that the grass is greener and wanting to cross over there instead of focusing on the positive. This is all coming together here for you, Capricorn. Now, is this all doom and gloom? No, absolutely not. Why? Because part of the reason that people watch videos like this is to be given the heads up with regards to the path that they're currently walking. And if they don't like that path, they can use their free will and they can change it. Right. And that's what I'm saying about these fours, these 2 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Autumn, 4 of Rainbows that's come up for you, is you have a choice. You always have a choice. Okay. Now, before I pick up any more cards, I'm being asked to mention there's a song by Rush, the Canadian rock group from the 80s, 90s, even into the 2000s. And they have a song, and one of the lines in the song is, because I just said, you always have a choice. You have a choice whether to focus on the positive or focus on the negative. You have a choice whether you're going to covet what someone else wants or whether you're just going to go about your life and do it on your terms. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Really important lyrics from the Rush song, but also in the context of your reading here, Capricorn. You always have a choice. All right. In your messages that you need to hear at this time, kindness counts and love is your energy. You're going to covet what's material, or are you going to look at love and friendship and that human connection? And kindness counts. Messages you need to hear at this time. Let's go into your unexpected. Now, in your unexpected, this was where a whole whack of cards jumped out and we had to go in and reshuffle the deck a couple of times. We have the King of Swords here, or also known as the King of Clouds. The King of Swords, King of Clouds, is all about control and maintaining control, or maintaining the illusion of control by way of keeping everything up here. The King of Swords is very unemotional. King of Swords may indicate that someone is coming along with some advice for you, but it's going to be advice that's going to come from a place that's very unemotional. They're just going to blurt it out and you're going to go, ow. Okay, I needed to hear that, but the delivery wasn't particularly gentle. That's what this card indicates for your unexpected, Capricorn. Control is an illusion. And it can also indicate that there's someone coming along with some unemotional advice for you. Also, in your unexpected, you have another king. You have the King of Cups. King of Cups is a very emotional king. He comes from the heart all the time. And the King of Cups is about healing, healing emotions and healing from the wounds that cause us to go into this place of the Four of Pentacles. This place of wanting and coveting what other people have rather than recognizing and acknowledging the abundance that we have in our own lives. And when we heal from that, using this King of Cups in your unexpected, when you heal and recognize that you yourself are abundant, when you heal and recognize you have a choice whether to focus on the negative or the positive, that is beautiful. And that is what life is about. And you have the 10 of Cups in your unexpected. 10 of Cups is considered one of the 3 happiest cards in the tarot deck. It is all about achieving that place and that space in your life where you are happy, where you are content, where you recognize abundance isn't always about the material things. When you achieve that, that is when you are in heart, brain coherence and full harmony. This is what you are moving towards at this time, mid to late September, Capricorn. Let's look at your final general overall outcome. Oh, beautiful cards. Okay, you've got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, again, like the King of Swords that you had here. The Queen of Swords is a very commanding queen. She does come from the place of the mental rather than the emotional, and she is independent and she makes her own decisions, and she just, yeah, great card for your outcome. You have the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of good things are riding and racing towards you. But the Chariot also represents a duality. You'll see that there are 2 almost like lion head figures here, almost like sphinxes at the front. One is black and one is white. And so the Chariot is about good things racing towards you at this time, Capricorn. But in order for the really good outcome to be your outcome, you have to decide between the dark and the light. It means that there's a choice. As good things are racing towards you. And I already said, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Focus on the positive, focus on about the negative. You have this choice right now. Covet what others have, or begin to recognize the abundance that you have in your own life. These are the choices that are coming towards you with this Chariot card as your final general overall outcome. You have the Justice card coming in here. Now, the Justice card may indicate a possible legal decision that may go in your favor at this time. But the Justice card is also about a choice coming your direction, a choice that will create more balance. Oh yeah, the Four of Autumn, in addition to being the card of potentially coveting what others have and being miserly, this is a card about balancing our budget. The Justice card is also about finding balance. And finally, your final card in your reading for September 1st through September 15th through September 30th, Capricorn, is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is the card of walk away from that which no longer serves your highest good. What all this is telling me, Capricorn, is that from September 15th through until the end of the month, you have decisions and choices that you need to make. And even if you decide, I choose not to make a choice at this time, you still have made a choice and a decision. Okay. You have decisions to make about how you're going to live your life going forward. Walk away from anything that does not serve your highest good. You'll notice the character on this card is up on a raft He has left his 8 cups sitting on the shore and he is paddling away because clearly they don't serve his highest good anymore. All right, Capricorn, that wraps it up. Thank you so much for joining me. If this reading resonated with you, please consider subscribing to my channel and giving the video a like. And as always, my contact information is down below if you would like to have a personalized reading. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to reading for you again at the beginning of October.